It's time for Rabbi Minkowicz's weekly Torah lesson. Here with his spiritual perspective and insight, Rabbi Minkowicz.
Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Tazria-Metzora, a double Torah portion. The question of the week is, if good is good, can better be better? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha Tazria-Metzora, but at the end of Tazria, we learn about the laws of tzaras. Specifically, the one we're going to discuss today is about a tzaras in a garment. So what happens when there's a tzaras, when there's discoloration in a garment? So the priest would have to come, and the priest gives a look and sees, oh my gosh, there's discoloration. So he would quarantine, he'd put it away for 1 week. After a week he comes back, and there's different laws. If it's spread, if it got other colors, deeper, and so on and so forth. What happens if it stayed the same? So then what they would do is they would totally wash it out, so it's 100% clean. It didn't grow, it didn't expand. They wash it out, it's 100% clean. Then they would quarantine it again for 1 week, and then again, depending on what happened, but let's say in a certain case where he came back and guess what? It didn't change. It stayed clean, it was totally fine. So the Torah tells us you have to go ahead and wash it again, and Rashi explains you have to actually put it in a mikvah. You have to do a higher level of purification. So the Rebbe asks a simple question. Let's think what happened. The Kohen came originally and he saw a garment and there was a tzaras. There was a discoloration there. So he quarantined it for a week. Comes back, nothing happened to it. It stayed the same as before. You go ahead and you wash it out, so it got clean. It's done. Now, to make sure, so we put it away for another week. You put it away for another week, comes back, it's fine. So seemingly you would say, okay, fine, take it, enjoy it. No, you have to put it in the mikvah. Why is that? So the Rebbe explains, because when the Kohen, the first week, after he washed it out, that was sufficient because it was away for a week, we weren't sure what it was, and you washed it, and that created a level of purity. What happens when it's sat another week? So even though we do not see any change, but in order for it to go to the next level where you can start using it, you have to have a higher level of purity. In other words, the Rebbe explains, so here you see a powerful insight. That one might say, I serve God, and I'm working on myself to be better, and I repented, and I came closer to God, and then I go further. Next week I work harder to become even more closer to God. So you might think the first weeks of my service is not a high level. And there is no. We see that clearly that when a person goes through the first week of purification process, it's fine for the first week. The second week, what happens? You have to go to a higher level. And not only do you have to wash it, you have to bring it to the mikvah. So you see clearly that there's different stages of spiritual growth, like in the beged, the same thing also in our life. We are constantly growing, and the avodah, the service of last week was good for last week. This week you need a higher service, and next week even a higher service. So the answer to the question if good is good, could better be better? Absolutely. Good is good, and good is great. But better can always be better, and we have to strive, as great as we are, not to look at it in a negative way. That's great, that's wonderful. But what can we do to become a better human being? Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Ari Leib and Shlomo ben Yosef. May their souls be elevated by the Torah that we're studying in their memory. For more information about Chabad, please see our website.